Thank you for joining us today, and can you please introduce yourself and your business?
Hi Arvina, so I'm Kukoyi. I'm the founder of Purposeful Products and Tech Startup Academy, and I am a global tech startup mentor, so I work with tech startups all over the world. And the main thing we do is we have books, we also give talks and run workshops and deliver programs that help new entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs that are new to the tech world to get from idea through to launch. So if they've got an idea for a web app or a mobile app, we help them get from that initial concept right through to having a finished product. And then up to about 12 to 18 months after that, we still support entrepreneurs on their journeys.
That's great. One of the questions actually that's come up quite a few times is how can people find those to help them develop their app? Is that something that you guys do?
We don't actually develop the apps for people, so we won't actually build it. We're not software developers as such. Often what people are doing aside from actually getting the app done is doing the planning and kind of the structuring of their idea, the development of their idea, the designing of the product, and all that kind of work that leads up to the actual hiring of the developer. And that's kind of one of the things that I'm trying to get the word out about, which is that often one of the fatal mistakes is that people go from just having an idea and then they just think, oh, I need to look for a developer. And there are a whole load of steps and processes to go through before you actually think about hiring the person. So we don't do the development, but we will help people to go through all the planning and all the things that they need to do before they hire the developer. And also we support people when they're actually hiring. So in terms of what questions to ask, what to look out for, what kind of technologies and programming languages might be appropriate, how to find a good developer that's trustworthy, and kind of what questions to ask and what to look out for, what the warning signs are, and all that kind of thing.
Fantastic. And so you it sounds like you do both services and products. What challenges have you faced in structuring your business, looking at the different, considering the different interesting elements that you bring into your offering?
I think one of them is actually getting the information out there, and kind of, as I was saying, that there's a lot of steps that go into creating a product between that idea and actually starting to build it. And people, of course, know that you need to do some research. I think that side of things has been publicised quite well now, so people know that they should be coming up, speaking to people, trying to develop the concept and that sort of stuff. But there's still a lot of planning that needs to go into it. So I think one of the challenges for me in structuring the business has been being able to explain that so people can get a bit of a bigger picture of what's involved in actually getting from idea to launch with their product. So as with most people, marketing as well. So I'm a qualified marketer now, but I've had to do a lot of research and taken a lot of courses and done a lot of reading to kind of get to the stage I am now with my marketing.
So I really like that, actually. So looking at your own self-development needs and then doing something about it seems to have been very helpful for you.
Incredibly. Yeah, I don't think I could have, but the way I look at it anyway, it's the whole point of, or not a whole point, but the whole sort of important thing about being an entrepreneur is the journey and being very open to learning new things, skilling up when you need to skill up. So that's very much my approach, and I'm a very strong believer in that. If I hadn't invested in the training that I've taken, whether it's going to physical courses, taking online courses, reading, working or networking with other entrepreneurs, I wouldn't be at this stage now. So it's kind of like a road that you go down. I think you know, there's still a lot that I need to learn, so I'm continually just trying to learn new stuff, because I think that's one of the vital things for an entrepreneur to kind of keep upskilling all the time.
I love that. And I guess in some ways it ties in with the next question about what opportunities have arisen because you trusted in your abilities.
So the first thing is, I suppose, what we've been talking about, the ability to, to learn. Well, obviously everyone has that ability, but I really believe that it's important to, where you need new knowledge or new skills, even if it's a bit daunting, just to start, basically, because otherwise I feel it's a handicap to your business if you need skills in certain area and you're not really developing them. So I think that's really helped me to progress a lot. The other thing is getting feedback from people. So seeking external opinions, really paying attention to my target market and what they want and what they need, and kind of really analysing that as well and looking at what that information is telling me. So I think they're the main things. The other one is starting a meetup group. So I wasn't sure about doing that last year, and I finally decided to do it this year, and I think it's one of the best things that I've done. Sort of talking about, the 80-20 rule, sort of getting 80% of your results from 20% of your efforts. I think it is really true, and I see it from other people's businesses, and I see it in my own. So it's really important. Sometimes it's the smaller things that you do that can have a larger effect.
Fantastic. And I was thinking in terms of the gap that you saw in people being able to get worthwhile, trustworthy advice when setting up their tech or their tech products, or realizing their app ambitions. And then you turned it into the books and into a service. What impact has the popularity of your products had on you paying attention to other talents and abilities that you have?
So I think really it's kind of about trying to play to your strengths, because I guess I'm sure you've heard this, but they do say when you're thinking about starting a business, well, there are certain different ways to go about it. One is actually looking at the problems in any market. So not necessarily just coming up with an idea, but just looking for problems and trying to solve those. So I guess I was sort of taking more that approach. I knew that there was a problem, and then it's something that I could solve. So I could tick that box. Then it was, do you have expertise in this area? Is it a strength of yours? Yes. So that's kind of how it all came together, really. And was it an area that I wanted to work in, and that I had interest in? That was another point as well. So it kind of sort of turned into the business from there, because I feel really passionate about making sure that people get this information. There's a lot of people that feel sort of stuck and confused, and I get lots of emails and messages on LinkedIn about people saying they don't know where to start, or how to put one foot in front of the other in terms of the process. So I'm kind of passionate about, I keep thinking about these people out there who were kind of stuck and not sure where to go, and it sort of motivates me to sort of keep working on more and better products and services to help them.
Oh, fantastic. And what tips would you give to others who do not think they have any skills to start or expand their business?
So I think kind of what I was mentioning, sort of, it's almost like a Venn diagram that you end up with, which is thinking about a list of things that sort of skills and knowledge, looking at those and thinking, okay, out of these, which ones do I have a strength in? Which ones can I do well? Which ones do I have at least some confidence in my abilities? And then trying to then match that with a market need, and also picking something that you're really excited about and interested in that you want to do, and speaking to other people as well. So I did speak to my sister and my friends, and I asked them to tell me what they thought my strengths were. And that was really interesting, because sometimes people said things that I wouldn't necessarily have thought about. But I think this is all about like developing your confidence in terms of knowing what your superpowers are, because everybody's got something that they have a natural tendency to, that they do very well, whether they really have tapped into it or not. So I think it's really great to kind of do that kind of inner exploration, because you kind of tap into the natural skills and ability you've got, and then that gives you confidence to kind of go forward.
That's fantastic, and I love that. What's your superpower? That's a really cool thought for us to go away with. So thank you very much, Kay.
Yeah, my pleasure, my pleasure. And I think if there's any takeaway, it's like just really keep educating yourself. I'm a big fan of, you know, Dan Priestley. He wrote Entrepreneur Revolution, and he describes being an entrepreneur like, you know, like you're a boxer, and you start off a bit kind of weedy and weak, but you know, you keep battling on and you win your first fight, and then they put you into the ring with a bigger opponent. So each time it's kind of like you never end. You keep, like, as you progress, you're always like battling a bigger and bigger opponent, but you also get stronger and better as well. So I kind of think of it like that, really. So you're just like constantly just trying to beat your own high score and get better and better. So I thought I'd just add that at the end.
No, I like it. So we've got superpower and we've got top athlete, boxing, fighting champ. So I like these analogies. Thank you so much, Kay. You've given us some amazing tips and things for us to consider ourselves in how we develop and go forward. And we wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. Really good to talk to you.
You too. Thanks.
Take care.